welcome to Blast Broadcast. This is a USCB TV production by the Communication Studies program. I'm your host, Alexis Ledwell. We have a very exciting show for you guys today. First, we have our very special guest, the Queen and the Chieftess of the head of the Gullah/Geechee Nation, none other than Queen Quet herself. We also have a USCB sports roundup with Craig and Carlo, fins up, and definitely another fun cultural trivia with Kenny and Leslie. So stay tuned. You definitely don't want to miss this. Here I have with me none other than Queen Quet herself. She is the founder of the Gullah/Geechee Sea Island Coalition. She's a president and none other than many published books, and she also is a performing artist. Welcome, Queen Quet.
Our culture still exists, has been here in Beaufort County since the 1600s because of all the African people that were placed on the various sea islands of this county and all the way from Jacksonville, North Carolina to Jacksonville, Florida. And so we were able to amalgamate the various languages and dialects from West Africa in particular, and then also our different cultural mores and cultural forms of expression. So we be Gullah Geechee anointed people.
Right, let them know that it's not dead.
It is not
It's
dead.
not
We
dead.
are
Still
alive
here.
and well.
Right.
We've been young and we ain't going no way.
Exactly, I love it. When did you create the Gullah/Geechee Sea Island Coalition?
The Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition is now 21 years old, all right? 21 years ago, on December 21st, is actually when we founded the coalition. And our first founding celebration was actually at Spiritual Rhythms Gallery, which is the gallery of Leroy Campbell that he had in New York. But Leroy Campbell is a native Gullah Geechee from Charleston. And then we opened our Hanna home on St. Helena Island, which I'm a native of. And so we have been continuing to be the premier organization for advocacy for Gullah Geechee culture ever since. And so we fight for land rights and the human rights of Gullah Geechees worldwide.
Hey, I love it, I love it. So what is it like to know that your organization has a really positive impact?
Wow, it is amazing to know that something that came to me as a vision actually has lasted this long and has had such a positive impact, not just locally, but globally, that is to the point where I can't even go to places like England. I was there a couple of years ago and I was walking down the street and someone said, "Hi, Queen Quet." And at first I was like, okay, I'm hearing things. And then I realized, no, this woman was actually walking straight toward me because she actually knew who I was and they knew of the work that we were doing. And so it is a blessing, and it's truly something that gives me more and more passion every day to wake up to want to go do it again.
Yes, I love it. And what causes you to bring like awareness to it today?
Well, nowadays, one of the biggest issues we're fighting is that people want to drill in the ocean here where we live. And if that were to happen, that would now displace other aspects of our cultural heritage because we would not have fisheries. And we are subsistence fishers. And so we've kept up this tradition ever since our ancestors were in chattel enslavement. So we can't allow the seafood industry to get destroyed because ultimately it destroys us. We can't let our water quality get destroyed because ultimately that will destroy us. There's a Gullah Geechee proverb, "The water to bring we, the water going to take we back." And so for us, the waterways are our bloodlines. So we are continuously fighting for the water, the land, and of course then keeping the people alive. And so if we keep the earth healthy, she'll keep us healthy. And so this is what we do every day, all the time. And this is why it's important for Gullah Geechees to remain on our land, practicing our cultural traditions, because we've had a minor negative impact on the environment. So we're always also fighting issues of overdevelopment, overbuilding, building into the marsh line. And so we're also looking at the jurisdictional lines now for where people can build, because I don't know why people don't realize we're in a hurricane zone yet, okay? I don't know why they don't see that sea level is rising.
Right.
And all of that has something to do with why you shouldn't be that close to the water. Exactly. And so it's really important to us to keep this fight going, to educate people so that they'll realize what we've seen for over 400 years right here.
Like another question, like as students, what could we do to help out your organization?
Well, I love when students come and work with us, and March is Gullah Geechee Volunteer Month every year. So a lot of students take their spring break, and they'll come to the Gullah Geechee Nation from across the country to actually help and work in the community, work with our archive, and also to help us via social media. So we're at Gullah Geechee on Twitter, at Gullah Geechee on Instagram, we're Gullah Geechee Nation on Facebook, and they'll see when we're posting petitions and sharing them. Our GoFundMe campaign, they reshare it. So if you all can get out there, do what you do best.
Right.
Get on the internet, right?
Social media,
and even
yes.
help us, yeah, but also come into the community so you can learn more. And we have a lot of community service opportunities. So definitely we look forward to more students coming along, because we would want Hanna children for carry on, but we ain't want to carry on no more. All right, that's going to be y'all's job to do.
That's right. And just one more thing, like for the USCB, the school, what would you like us to know more about Geechee culture? Like, what would you want?
Well, I would love for folks that not only USCB, but all the institutions of higher learning to realize the experts are actually the people that live the cultural traditions. It's not the people who you just see as performers when we have a festival. It's not something you just read in a book that somebody else wrote about studying the Gullah Geechee people. It's about you engaging with the Gullah Geechee people. So community engagement is a big element of the work we do with the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition, and that I do as a head of state every day. And so we would want you to come out into the community and get it from we who we be.
And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. I appreciate being here. Good job. Keep up the work.
Yes, ma'am. And we're going to have a roundup with Carlos and Craig.
Plenty these. When it can come up, on these yards and things like that. Ain't care for no day. I don't know Skagalaki. All the way down Jacksonville, Florida. On this your line, what they call it, Sea Island. 100 chiller Yeti ball. Where they gonna get you to be. Yeah, all 100 have to do for Yeti we. Sit underneath each other. Walk tree. Yeah, that long beard and thing like that. Hey, Yeti, back yonder. Where your ancestors better sit ya. And Yeti that same sound. Women going down. When that shipping thing. When it come in, on Southern Island. And Red Horse, get down that jump. You want river. And carry on them. Stand them. Right on with it. Big yellow building in there now. Qualls now. Shelby. Right there. Oh, never mean of for evil. For God, me up for God. We know say, water bring we up. Water, why take we back? So plenty time, we realize, the ancestors will get together. In the evening time, all the children will Yeti somebody's. Give me chili Jordan. Get away, oh, chili Jordan, get away, chili Jordan. I want to cross over to see my Lord. Oh, yeah, did that thing? Oh, the shouting like this shout. Start up in the evening, cause they know I say, great God in the morning time. Ain't going to be no more my daughter alive. On we back, tall, to all these ass out. Since the 1600 to now, I try for broccoli. But that can't broke who we be. Cause we be Gullah Geechee, anointed people. So 100 children. Oh, when you get it, that sound now. Like this show. Most times, it is that stamping stick. Getting them children together. Or in the prayers house. Or in the bush garden. Right here, on these your show. Yeah, this is who we be. Cause you know one thing. This your land, your family, and that waterway that we bought now. Oh, this your, the land of the Gullah Geechee. Gonna tell them, need for come on y'all, the beautiful county, and take a journey with me. For true, and Yeti, this your son, underneath the old tree.
And welcome back to a USCB produced show called The Blast Broadcast. That was a great culture segment about the Gullah culture by Queen Quet. Carlo, thank you for coming out today. We're here to talk about sports and how USCB is doing so far this year. We're going to talk a little bit about golf and a little bit about softball.
Sounds
so
good.
first off, let's start with golf. So tell me what the expectations are for the boys and the girls team this year.
You know, both of those teams have extremely high expectations because honestly, they're probably some of our better teams here at USCB. They might be the two best teams, and like that's a team that they don't get much publicity, they don't get much hype. I mean, because it's an individualized sport like golf.
Right.
But I mean, through the past years, they've had the best results. They've had some extremely high finishes, and going into this season's no better. Like these teams did really well last year. So already, the girls' first tournament, they finished tied for second.
Wow.
And then on the guys, they finished tied for third. So, I mean, those are great finishes. And these tournaments consist of teams that are primarily D1s.
Wow,
So that's
impressive.
really cool. And on that same team, on both of those teams, they both have some great golfers.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go for the guys. Newport Laparachke.
He's a
Newport.
stud.
Absolutely. Newport really might be one of the best golfers we've ever had at this program. Last year he was on a tear. He had like a first place finish, a second place finish, a third place finish.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was just cleaning house, tied for third in the first tournament this season.
Goodness
So,
gracious.
you know, the stuff for him, his expectations they're through the roof,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's going to do well. And on the girls' side, you have a girl emerging, Blanca Porta, and she's a sophomore now. Last year, she's a little nervous coming over from Spain. She had some jitters for the freshman year.
Understandable, though.
Absolutely. And now, you know, she's really adapted to the United States culture and just the college golf game down here. After the first tournament, she tied for first place and really put on a show. So between her and the seniors, such as Moa Christensen, Emily Turner, Francie Knoch, expectations are limitless.
Too,
Absolutely.
at the end of the day. Well, thank you for that. So moving from the diamond to the course. Oh, actually, sorry about that. We're going to go
Other way around,
backwards.
man.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that. So from the course to the diamond, talk about softball and give me a little bit of expectations on what they are looking for this year.
Absolutely. That team's doing great so far. Last year was a bit of I don't want to say a rebuilding year, it was a bit of an adjustment because they had lost a lot of players from the year before.
Correct.
But team is full of youth, Greg. They have a
yeah.
lot of youthful players. But
They only have one senior, right?
Only one senior, Carrie
Wow.
Cochran. It's hard to believe. But I mean, you have a lot of big-time freshmen and sophomores, and that's amazing whenever like a freshman can come in their first season and make
contribute?
an impact.
Oh, most definitely.
So you have players like Rachel Frankhauser, Maria Moliso, who've been just playing out of their minds, have been very good. And the freshmen from last year, so this year's sophomores, like Taylor Boykin, she's really become one of the leaders on the team. And then you have some juniors, so Kayla Boyle, Abby Pack. For me, these are our two best players, I would say. Kayla Boyle's an absolute beast, and she's really emerged as the true leader. Like, I would say it's her team. Girls all like her. She's not as vocal. She could be more vocal, but, you know, that's not really her.
Right.
But she's just a great person on and off the field, and they're just doing a great job. And I think one of the main reasons why they're being successful so far is just they're able to mesh together. They have the chemistry right now. They're meshing, and they're just playing as a whole. And when you look at them, they're having fun doing it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you think that youth is the only reason for their success, or is there something else behind it?
No, of course not. I mean, I think when you look at success like that, you got to look at the coaching staff.
Oh, yeah,
You got to look at Laura Heberling. I mean, she's had some wonderful teams. She's conference championship winner. I believe she's won 2 of them. Allie Simmons, you know, they just do an amazing job. And there's a lot that goes into it. The recruitment process to get these players, like they've recruited some really good players, and we're really thankful to have them. And the best part about it is, like you said, one senior. So this team next year is pretty much
going to be back, and they're going to be full and loaded again.
Absolutely.
That's definitely going to be something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
But that's all we have for you guys today. Carlo, thank you again for coming out for me, and we will see you guys next time on our sports segment.
Hi everyone, I'm Kenny.
And I'm Leslie.
And we are back with another exciting segment of Keeping Up with the Culture.
Now, the last time you guys saw us, we were asking you a few questions to test your pop culture knowledge. And those questions may or may not have left a few of you stumped.
And we are back again to see if you've been keeping up. Well guys,
It's trivia time!
Which book series was turned into a movie franchise starring Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter. Oh, wait.
What artist said, "She say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only like my bed and my mama. I'm sorry."
Greatest of all time, Drake.
I don't know the name. I really don't.
Oh, that Drake boy.
Now, where are the current Winter Olympics being held right now?
Pyeongchang, South Korea.
I swear, I don't know that one.
Pyeongchang, South Korea.
Girl, yes. High five.
Join here with Leslie. She is one of the creators and the faces of Keeping Up with the Culture. So you're here to give us information about it, so I'm here to ask you some questions. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Right, so how did Keeping Up with the Culture come about?
Well, Kenny and I were approached about an informational meeting for the Blast broadcast, and we both knew that we wanted to participate, but we weren't really sure what we wanted to do. We decided to collaborate, and we just kind of threw ideas back and forth. We eventually settled on something culture-based, and we decided that we wanted to create a platform for USCB where we could express how we feel about the culture that's going on in the world around us and on campus.
Alrighty, so what is the overall goal for the segment?
Well, like I said, we wanted to create a platform for our university to be able to express the culture that we see here on the university and in the outside world. So I think long term our goal is to be able to extend and do things like when an artist releases like a mixtape or an album or something, we can do like a 2-minute segment of a live listening party or something like that and have people go around and give their opinions. Right now we're more so working on establishing ourselves and getting people to see exactly what we're about, and our trivia does a really good job of that because ultimately we are about pulp culture and what's going on right now.
Okay, so it's just not just the trivia.
Yeah,
Y'all
it's
wanna
not
get
just
more
the
into
trivia. We
cultural.
want to build more on that, but I think the trivia does a really good job of helping us to establish that.
I think people love trivia. So
I
that's
like
a really
trivia.
That's a really smart idea to bring in the culture with trivia. I love it. What's the favorite part of filming though?
My favorite part of filming is definitely the introduction. You would think that we have, hi, my name is Leslie, and I'm Kenny, down, but like, it's not that black and white. Like, I like the trip ups, I like the different takes that we have to do, and it's really a fun atmosphere. Kenny and I, you know, we're really good friends, and we have fun when we're together. It's a very positive thing.
Right. I was on the segment the other week, and I saw them do the intro, and yeah.
We're pretty fun people.
Yeah, they're really
people.
fun. So if you are out and about, how can students get involved with the trivia?
Well, if anybody follows Kenny and I on Snapchat, we actually post on our Snap whenever we're out there filming, and we will let you guys know what time we got and film and what time we're leaving. But if you don't, you can always stop by the library. We usually film on Friday mornings. I don't know if we have a way to say yet. Actually, no, we have our Blast Broadcast Twitter and our other social media accounts coming up. We have our own hashtag on there, hashtag KeepUpUSCB. So any information regarding like what we're doing there, you can find using those hashtags and those social media accounts.
Yes. So definitely follow us on social media because we will let you know if you can get in with the trivia.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. A lot of people are really reserved about it whenever we first start, but it's not that bad. It's really fun.
Because it's okay if you don't know the answer.
Yeah,
there's
we're
a lot
gonna
of
give
people.
you the buzzer, but like.
Right. And people might be like, dang, you don't know the answer, but that's fun though.
It's okay.
Because it's a fun segment. So thank you.
It builds character.
It does build character. And we need character in our life. Yes. Thank you, Leslie, for coming and joining us.
No problem.
Alrighty, and so just join us back in 2 weeks for another Blast broadcast.